Hello everyone, welcome to the Civil Study World. I'm Dr. Nimisha. Today we will be starting our Staad Pro sessions. This will be a series of sessions. So this is the first series, and in this series we'll have a introduction on Staad Pro software. So what are the uses of the software? What are the main features, applications, and also a little bit on the user interface. So let's begin with what do you mean by Staad Pro? Staad Pro is nothing but the structural analysis and design program. Basically, this software is developed by Research Engineers International in 1997. Later, this software was bought by Bentley Systems. So now it is under Bentley Systems. So you can see an icon of Bentley if you open the Staad Pro software. And this is a software, it's really an amazing software for the analysis and design of various kinds of civil engineering structures. Like it can do analysis of buildings, then water tanks, warehouses, tunnels, and even metro stations. For the easiness of design, this software included more than 90 international codes of practices. It can carry out the analysis and design of various structures made of different materials like steel, concrete, timber, etc. And also, if we talk about the analysis, it can carry out analysis from simple static to complex dynamic analysis. It can also do this P-delta analysis, pushover analysis, buckling analysis, time history analysis, and also response spectrum analysis. So this if we talk about the response spectra, we can include both user-defined spectra as well as the spectra defined in international codes of practices. So there's an advantage you earn by the Staad Pro software. And if you open the Staad Pro software, you'll get a window like this. So this is the first window of Staad Pro. Here I'm using series V8i, and you can see the icon of Bentley here. And here you have a space. It is project task. In this under this project task, we have various options such as new project, open project, then open from project wise, then configuration. So we have various options here. And if you want to start a new project, you can choose from this new project. And if you want to open a project, you can choose from here. And suppose if you want to set some preliminary settings, then you can do it using configuration that I will show you later. Then so this is a space includes the recent files, recent stack files. It will show here. Then we have the license configuration here. Then help topics listed here. And so now let's discuss on the configuration. So this is the preliminary settings. If you take the configuration, you will get a window like this. So this is the preliminary settings that you can do on a Staad Pro software. So before starting your project, you can set the units, what are the design codes you're going to use for your design purpose that you can choose from here, and the axis, global axis, orientation you can choose from here, and also the input and output format. So various options are there for the preliminary settings so that you can do it from here. And if you click on accept, and then the settings will get synchronized with this Staad Pro application. Now if you want to open a new project, then you can choose this option, that is new project. Then if you click on new project, you will get a window, small window like this. So here you have various options such as space, plane, floor, truss, etc. So these options you can choose depending on the structure that you are going to analyze. If you want to analyze a 3D frame, then you can choose space. And if it is a 2D structure, then you can choose plane. And if it is a truss, you can select truss. And if you want to analyze a floor, then you can choose floor. And you can name the structure here. And also this is the directory in which you are working. I mean where you want to save your file, that you can give here. So better choose a new folder. create a new folder and please save your files in that folder only, because even a single analysis of a structure with the Staad Pro software will create multiple files. So if you don't create a new folder, then it may get messed up with your existing files. So better create a new folder and choose that particular folder here. And if you want to change your units, you can do it from here. Now, after setting all this, you can click on next. Then you will get a window like this. So in this window again, you can see the various options such as add beam, add plate, add solids, etc. So these are the options that you want to select for to model your structure. So with this add beam, it's not made by simply the typical beam we are using in civil engineering fields. It means both beams and columns. In Staad Pro, add beam option will give you the option to model both beams and columns. And suppose if you want to add a slab, then you can choose add plate. Like that you can choose. And if you want to select an existing or default model, Staad Pro has a number of default models in its library, so you can choose that particular structure or model using the structural wizard option, open structure wizard. This option you can use, and after that you can click on finish. Then you will get the interface of the Staad Pro software. So this is the interface of Staad Pro software. So this is the region where you will model your structure. Now I will start the Staad Pro software. So if you click on the Staad Pro icon, you will get a window like this. So here we have the project task. So under this project task, you can select new project in order to start a new project. So I will click on here. So by clicking on new project, you will get a window like this. So here you can select the options depending on the structure on which you are going to do your analysis and design. So here I will select plane by assuming that I'm going to analyze a 2D structure. So in order to do a 2D modeling, you can go for plane, and you can name the structure here and choose a location here. Okay, so I will name it as structure 4 because I have 3 structures already I have created here. So I will name it as structure 4, or else you can name it as beam or column depending on the structure. Whatever the structure may be, you can name it accordingly. And now we can select the location. I have already created a folder named Staad in the desktop, so I have selected that location. And now you can choose the units, length units and force units here. I have selected meter and kilonewton. So next, now you can click on to the next. So now you will get a window like this. Here I'm using this option add beam. Okay, so by using this option you can draw both beams and columns. I will choose add beam, then click on finish. Now you will get a window like this. This is the main window of Staad Pro. So here you have so many menu bars: file, edit, view, tool, select, geometry, commands, analyze, mode, Bentley Cloud Services, window, then help. So these are the menu bars from where we can access the various commands or tools in Staad Pro software. And we have a toolbar, the horizontal toolbar and vertical toolbar here. So these toolbar options can also be accessed with this menu bar itself, but these are given here because these are the tools or icons we will use frequently for the modeling and analysis in Staad Pro software. So that's why these tools are depicted here. And we have the options to set up the page here. So by choosing the setup, here you can see you can enter the job, the name of the client, job number. So those details, job details, you can enter here. And also if you click on geometry, if you want to generate a geometry, you can click on here and you'll get a grid like this. So if you want to edit this grid, you can click on edit on the right hand side here. So here you can change X and Y grid lines, number of grid lines, and spacing, skew, all these things you can change here. So like I'm changing grid lines in the X direction and spacing in the Y direction. Suppose I need grid lines in the Y direction with the spacing 0.5, then I will choose like this. So now my grid lines are changed. So likewise you can edit your grid lines, and with this grid lines you can draw your structure here. And now if you want to assign your member properties, materials, then supports, loading, all these things you can do by clicking on general. If you click on general, you'll get the options to do all these things, the materials, load and definition, support, specification, then property. So all these things you can generate from here, and you can assign it to your structure. And so all these things we are doing in the modeling mode. We have so many modes here. So next is the building planner mode, then piping, bridge deck, post processing, foundation design, steel design. So all these things are different modes we will be working. So basically the model generation of the structure modeling is done using the modeling mode. And if you want to see the results after analyzing the structure, if you want to see the results of analysis, you can go to the post processing mode. Here you will get all the results like bending moment, shear force, deflection, axial force. So all these things you will get from post processing. And if you are doing the design part, if you have done any steel design, then you will get the design results in this mode, steel design mode, then concrete design mode. So likewise we have so many modes. So this is a brief introduction on Staad Pro. So if you like this series, please like this video and subscribe this channel. Thank you.